cool features that fans will be able to enjoy in the non-football season about what's being done?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a fan, I think what you'll notice, one, I think just visually, which I notice, coming and leaving the office every day, you see fans driving by, taking pictures of the building. I think architecturally, it'll be a much more visually appealing building, and so you'll see fans taking photos of it. I think then when you get to training camp, having the berm on the other side of the field, as we learned this morning, will be a much more comfortable space to sit at and watch practice.
It's already been a long process to get to this point. What's the excitement level like today as you kind of officially get going?
Yeah, it's coming to life. We've been working on this project for many months. Toured a number of NFL facilities, NBA facilities, college facilities, getting bits and pieces of things we like, and then starting to bring the design together. So to be here actually putting figurative shovel into the ground is actually pretty special and exciting.
Sorry, what were a couple of the biggest things you heard from players that they wanted to have?
Yeah, the biggest thing for us was the player path of travel. Right now, currently, our facilities treated us well since 1990, but you all see it here on a daily basis. Players are walking across the parking lot to get to the weight room. Late in the season, that's a cold and icy walk. They're walking across the field to get into the indoor practice facility. So just managing the number of steps per day. So we actually track that. How many steps from the locker room is the center point does it take to you to get to key spaces in the building? How does that compare to the way we have the facility designed? How does that compare to other facilities around the NFL? HOK has been great in giving us a lot of diagrams to help us understand that.
Do you have an exact
Damani,
number of steps? Are there like a specific number of steps?
Distance in feet, we do, absolutely. Yeah. I don't have it memorized.
I'm sorry. Is there an arms race of sorts in NFL practice facilities? You have the Vikings building theirs, you have the Cowboys. Is each team kind of trying to top each other now, or what happens?
I don't believe so. That wasn't our approach. I think for us, with Greg and Kerry obviously coming in as a new ownership group, taking stock of the organization and where it was, not just in terms of people, but facilities, and then their desire to be the best in all that we do. We want to win on and off the field, and off the field includes the facilities and things that we have, not just for our players, but for our staff and staff culture and morale. So I wouldn't view it that way. I think we were viewing this as what was best for us at this time.
You were able to minimize.
Consideration was given to sort of how you'll conduct football when all this is going on over here with earth movers and whatever.
Yeah.
What kind of discussions have you had with Sean?
Yeah, so obviously making sure everybody was aware where construction was going to take place was important. Part of the reason why we looked at a number of different layout options. So certainly there was significant renovation to the current facility. Doing something here on the north side was a possibility, and then where we ultimately landed, part of that was trying to be as least disruptive to football as possible. Now, obviously, it's going to be an active construction site. There'll be large fencing up. That video tower will be down, so it won't be without its inconveniences. But we feel comfortable about what our plan is.
You were able to minimize this, like you said, and delay construction, have only one training camp affected. But that being said, how will training camp look next year for the fans and for the teams?
Yeah, that's still a bit of a work in progress. I think the one thing that we're exploring now is putting temporary bleachers into the parking lot B and providing some space for fans there. Might be a little bit less than what we had this year, but still working through that.
But the plan is to be here, though.
That is our goal.
Money, when you say start of the 2026 season, does that include training camp, or when does that start? When you hope
Our goal is to be in the new facility by June of 2026. So training camp for 2026, everyone would be in the new facility.
How is that with it, especially having had camp here with fans on the berm? How tight is that timeline to try to get it done that month?
That's pretty tight, right? I mean, I think June, and then camp starts in July. I think probably what I'm most nervous about is everybody getting their stuff packed up out of the current building and actually walking it across the field and getting it into the new building. But and this is where having Amy D on our staff and in the building, she's got over a decade of experience doing global construction for Netflix. She's built offices around the world. Feels really comfortable about our timeline, and then the people we have involved with HOK and Turner who've done this, not just with sports facilities, but also offices and buildings around the world. Feel really good about our timeline.
You build this to make it more functional for everyone and better. But is it also another example of the standard ownership setting that
if we're gonna put the best of everything, it's gotta eventually translate to the field as well.
100%. Our ownership group is tremendous. Like I said, when they took over the franchise, that was one of the things they did was take stock of everything in and around the organization. What is the quality? What is the level? How do we win? How do we win on the field and win off the field? And this is just one of those things. I think we all saw that with the $100 million commitment to renovate the stadium. This is one more both financial commitment on their behalf towards the organization. I think is truly commendable.
Now that you're so far along with this, how does that impact consideration or timelines for possibly a new stadium?
Yeah, I think those are two separate things. I think for us, probably the bigger concern or consideration was, do we want to stay here with this facility? As we mentioned, like Arapahoe County has been a great partner for us. A lot of players and staff live around here. It's convenient for us to get on the highway and get to the airport or get to the stadium, so we felt comfortable about that. We wanted it to be football focused, so this is not going to be a big entertainment district. We didn't feel like that was right for us and important for us. We want this to be about football and our staff, and so we think this makes sense for us.
But Damani, because
On the field success, how eager are you for the season to get here and week 1 in Seattle?
Yeah, I'm ready to play some regular season football. I'm not going to play it, but I'm ready to see it. I'm really excited about it. I mean, it's preseason. I think we all try to temper our enthusiasm, but it is really exciting to see what we're seeing on the field. I think Sean and George have put together a great team. I think you see the plays that they're making offensively and defensively. It's pretty exciting. So I'm excited for Seattle for sure.
Damani, you said the number one question you were getting forever was about uniforms since you took the job. Well, obviously the new uniforms are now here. I don't know if you were getting lots about the new facility for the practice facility. You have that, but so is the stadium now the question you're kind of getting the most, or the conversations fans?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting the stadium question since day one, about 2 years ago. So we'll continue to get that, and I think the answer is the same. That it's a pretty long process. We're still evaluating everything. Everything's on the table. We'll continue to explore it and make a decision at a time that we think makes sense for us.